Thank you for joining us. This is Occupy CCTV. That's what it is. I have even a newspaper if I can find it. Yes. This is to show you that we're legitimate. This is the Occupy Boston Occupier.
Cool.
This is their second, and they're coming up with new strategies because they've lost their home.
Yeah.
Yes, but they're more than just real estate. They're going to, yes. But speaking of occupying, we're going to occupy Irene, is it Gravitas? Is that your last name?
Gravina.
Gravina. Close. Irene Gravina and I have been talking for an hour at the Mariposa Cafe, a nice little cafe right here. Delicious homemade bread.
Yep.
And she originally told me, which moved me to have you hear this, if you're thinking of wooing someone, if you want someone to love you and be with you forever and love you forever, I'm sure, listen to this story. Tell us how it set the scene for us. Tell us. And those are the people that want to hear. We're going to be spreading love. So we're going to, this story is going to occupy your life and that you and those people you'd like to love you or who love you.
Okay. Well, I would say basically my heart was kind of broken, and I decided that I would go.
And why was your heart broken?
By a relationship.
Oh, they
that
do that.
didn't work out.
They do that.
Right.
And you wanted it to work out and it didn't, or?
Well, yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah. And it kind of fell apart, I would say. And so I.
And how old are you at this time?
26. And I decided to go to graduate school. And
see, breaking up is good for you. It's good for education. Where would we ever be in school?
And this was when I had been a meditation teacher, and I decided I should get a real career.
Oh.
So I decided to go.
But you were running the Transcendental Meditation Society then?
Yes, but it had the situation had changed, and so I didn't really have that job anymore.
Oh.
And I would have had to find a different kind of position, and I just decided,
But you were good at being peaceful at times, at least, yes?
Yes, I was. And so I decided, and I had several relationships. I mean, I was 26 now, so
yes.
I'd been through quite a few relationships, none of which had worked out.
No.
And so I decided I'm going to go to grad school. And I won't have any time to date anyone or go out with anyone. And not only that, I'll move back with my parents. So no man will want to go out with me because I'll be living with my parents.
This is a strategy that it's the opening scene for romantic comedy.
So I'll look like
what years are this? This is the
79.
79. Jimmy Carter's in the White House. The Iran hostage crisis is going on. Yes.
So as it turns out, I was on my way to grad school, living with my parents, convinced that, and what happened was all these men that I knew that had not been interested in me before started being interested in me.
Because you were unavailable, yes?
Well, no, I think it's because they thought I was going to make some money now.
Oh, oh, shame. Shame. That extra Y chromosome, what it does to us. Oh, my. And you knew that, though. You were no dummy.
Well, I was just like, why are you interested in me now when you weren't interested in me before? And so I'm not interested in you.
But that's a fair thing. That's actually a fair thing nowadays to want your sweetheart to be able to help share the burden of.
I know, but it was like they weren't interested in me before.
Yes.
Now all of a sudden they're interested in me.
Right.
It didn't make a lot of sense.
Yes.
I was suspicious. So.
Wow, good. You learned a few things. Yes, good.
So anyway, I was going around with some friends in the summer, going to beach parties and things like that. And I met my future husband, although I didn't know he was my husband at that time.
Yes.
And one night we were all supposed to get together and go to a movie. And my husband and I were the only ones that showed up.
Oh, wow. This might make one be a believer in destiny or...
And he was like 4 years younger than me.
Because he probably wouldn't have asked you for a date. Maybe not. We don't know. We're going to find out, actually.
Yeah, well, he was only 22.
Yes, and what
just out of college.
What movie is this that we're watching?
We were going to the Blues Brothers. the
Oh, yes.
first one.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And he was, when you're 22 and 26,
It's a big difference,
there's a big difference.
especially with woman and man.
Right, and when one's just out of college and the other one's been working.
Yes, yes,
and,
yes.
So I thought he was just a kid.
And his first name?
Sam.
Samuel.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I had, so I had this plan that I was going to get my master's degree, and then I was going to get a really good job anywhere in the country, and then I would think about men, okay? But here I am with this guy,
Yes.
22 years old, and I had this plan in the back of my mind, though, where this friend of mine had given his girlfriend a stuffed animal, and then they ended up getting engaged. And so I thought, there were a couple things where I might consider going out with someone. And one was if he gave me a stuffed animal. And the other was if he just told me he loved me right away. So we didn't have to go through all this, because the previous relationship, we had gone through all this stuff about getting to know each other and blah, 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 blah. But the guy could never commit.
Yes.
Right? And it tortured me.
Into the 70s, guys. Yes. That was women's liberation. The women were actually in the early 70s getting rid of their husbands.
Yeah, and I had really, I felt like, I was like wrung out, by the end of that.
Yeah.
So I had those things in the back of my mind. And so my husband, at the end of the movie, The Blues Brothers, my husband asked me if I'd like to go out to dinner. And I thought...
Because that's different, because this was just an accident that you were watching.
It was an accident.
Yes.
And I thought, well, oh God,
And that's not after the movie, that's another time, right?
This was after the movie.
But is he asking for dinner, to go for dinner right then?
Yeah, for a date.
Oh, but not just let's go and get a hamburger now.
Right,
No,
he's asking me out on a date.
That's different, right? Yes, he could have just said, let's get something to eat, but he didn't do that.
Right. And so I thought, well, he's just a kid and, he probably doesn't, what difference does it make?
Wow.
So I said, okay, I'll go out to dinner.
Boy.
And on our way home from the movie, we went by that store in Harvard Square where they have all the stuffed animals. And I was pointing out how cute the stuffed animals were. And so then we go to the date, which was the Kundalini Yogi restaurant on that little alley in between like Grendel's Den and...
I used to know that. Too bad that was called. I remember it had a big name. It burnt down.
Yeah. And,
Yes,
we were vegetarians, and there weren't that many vegetarian places.
And they were dressed in white, the staff.
Yeah, and so
Yes.
it was a vegetarian place.
You don't remember the name either, right? Do you?
No.
No.
And so we were at this place, and I'm in sort of like more professional clothes because I had been working and, I was used to dressing up a certain degree. And my husband was dressed completely like a college student. He had like these really raggedy clothes. I mean, a really raggedy college student because he had been on, scholarships and everything. And he had his backpack. He brought his backpack.
I have one, yes. Here. Look.
There's your backpack.
Look. Would you go out with someone with a backpack like this? No. Unless I had a stuffed animal, and I don't.
Yeah, and so we're sitting there, and pretty early in the conversation, he looks at me and he goes, "I love you."
Why?
And I was like, "Oh no, oh no, please, please don't do this to me." And then he reaches in his backpack and he pulls out a stuffed animal.
Oh, because he knew. But he knew. I didn't. When I heard the first story the first time, I didn't realize.
But he didn't realize what the criteria that this was like a big criteria.
Yes.
He knew I liked stuffed animals.
Yes.
But he didn't know.
What kind of animal was it?
A squirrel.
Oh yes.
Which I still have.
Oh my.
And I just went, oh no. And, but that was it. I mean, and we had a kind of a rocky, we had our ups and downs and I even broke up with him at one point, but, we ended up getting married.
Oh my, having a child.
Having 2 kids, yeah.
Two children.
Two
who's
kids.
the second other child?
We have an older daughter named Lindsay, who's 23. So we have Hillary, who's 21, and Lindsay, who's 20.
And Lindsay doesn't have the kind of challenges that Hillary has?
No, she has ADHD. And
yes.
So somewhat similar, but not the same kind.
And your youngest daughter, who I met at the National Writers Union,
Yeah.
which meets the, yes. And do they have a word for how she's challenged, or?
No, you could say she
You
has
don't need that
autism.
word. Yeah.
Well, people say she has autism spectrum issues or disorder or whatever. Autism is considered on a spectrum now.
Oh, now it's a spectrum.
It's a spectrum.
We do. I think I have a lot of all those things. And Asperger means that I don't get the. Asperger means I'm not good at relating to others. Is that it, or?
Well, everybody on the autism spectrum has like a kind of communication issues
Yes.
of some kind.
Yes.
And it varies. So that's why they call it a spectrum now. Because,
Good.
instead of like having this little group and that little
So
group.
that's very nice. Whatever you have,
Yeah, it's a spectrum.
I'm on the happy, sad spectrum. Not that I'm depressed.
Right.
Yes.
Well, we're all on a spectrum.
We're all. We're getting deep. You thought we were just having a personal conversation. You too can be on whatever spectrum you would like. Yes, we could be on, or the 99%. I'm on one. We are the 99%, but we're part of the 100% spectrum.
That's right.
We're part of the 1%.
Absolutely.
Spectrum, yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's right.
Wow. So I'm
Yeah, this
part
was
of
my-
the. Oh, that's you.
Should I tell him to come down?
Yes, tell him to come down if you would like.
All right.
We might be able to see
might-
Sam.
Yeah, we'll summon Sam to
Yes.
come. Is it okay if I talk to him on the air?
Yeah, yes, you could.
I have
tell,
to, right?
tell Sam you're on the air. Yes, tell Sam you can come.
Okay.
We've heard about what he's going to hear about. Wait till we hear more about your daughter now, though. But Sam could join
Okay.
us. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So usually we get
Hi.
call-ins. Yes.
Come down to Central Square. Come to the CCTV office, okay? You'll find it.
Studio. Yes.
Studio.
Yes.
It's right there. It's right on Mass Ave.
Right next to Economy Hardware. Yes.
Next to Economy Hardware. It's near, the fire station. Just come in. I'm on the air now, actually, so I have to go.
And you too could be on the air.
And you two can be on the
Yes,
air.
yes.
You two can be on the
Or
air.
you can watch in the audience. Whatever works for you.
Just talk to the people there. He's here, I guess.
Oh, he's here. Oh, my. Okay, so they'll let him in.
We'll see you soon.
Yes.
We'll see you soon.
Yes, we have another chair. Do we? Oh, there's a chair there.
Should I put him in
Yes,
that chair?
Yes.
Okay.
So now we're going to hear about your. Yes, we're going to all sit close, or maybe Sam will sit behind us, or maybe I'll sit behind the two of you.
Oh,
You can sit here,
you're gonna sit here? Okay.
and Sam.
Sam
can
will sit here.
And I'm used to helping couples with any difficulties they have. And then, here we go. And Sam will sit. Yeah. Oh, he seems like a nice person.
He's a very nice person.
See, we manifest people. We talked about Sam, and now he's here. You can sit here if you would like. Don't feel obliged.
I just told you the story
We just
about
had the
when you
story
pulled
about
the-
how you
Okay.
wooed this woman
the animal out of the
with the
backpack.
squirrel.
Yes.
No, you have to sit next to
Good
me.
trick.
You have to,
See,
you
you have to-
really
Okay.
touch.
You have to be close.
Yes. Oh, and we have this great Gemma. Thank you.
And you're actually
Okay.
talking to the numbers. See the numbers?
No, you're not.
Oh.
We're talking to that.
Oh, we're talking to us.
That black. You see that?
Yes, the camera.
So now,
To where we see.
this
Okay.
is interesting. Sam does not know the story that Irene just told about how they met, had their first date, and got married. We're going to hear it. This will be really,
Oh, we're gonna hear from Sam.
really revealing. This is going to solve all your relationship difficulties. You'll understand the two sides. So, Sam,
Okay, first, why am I on TV?
we don't go with that's
Can we?
too
That's
deep for
back.
us.
That's back.
too deep.
Yeah, that's the
You-
backstory. We'll do that
yes,
later.
Yes. But you can walk out of this, but you can if you would like, because they heard about you, and this is
Okay.
and so you've been manifested. That's why you're
Yes,
here.
thank you.
You've been manifested. You've spoken of, and then here you are. So if you would like to, we do respect people's freedom here
Yes.
until it gets to be 7:20.
7:20. Okay.
Yes, but 7:15.
So we have 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5. So you if you'd like to, you can say how you met Irene and how that moved into a date with her.
Romance.
Yes. So
Would you like to him?
Would you like to tell us
Okay.
where you were and
Well,
what you were feeling?
Irene and I were both involved in a meditation group, and we met at a dinner. She doesn't remember that, but I met her at dinner. Somebody.
See, this is
I
kind of totally different. This
I
could be
remember.
a whole. This could be not his wife. This could be somebody else as far as we're going so far. But keep going.
Well, actually, I met a very cute girl, and she was taken,
Uh-oh.
and so I settled for no.
Now, in order to make this worth your while, so at least there'll be something in this for you.
Yes.
I can tell you where the word cute came from, if you don't know. The etymology of cute. Because we don't just
Yeah.
talk about wonderful, interesting things in this show. This is Cambridge. We give people etymology, the root of the word. You have any idea where the word cute comes from?
I don't know, some
You-
kind of rope.
No, it comes...
French.
Why would it come from a rope? Tell us, Randy.
I don't know, they're both little words.
What? If they're both little words, cute, but cute has 4 letters, and rope has 4 letters.
Excuse me.
So,
Yeah, see, he thinks in numbers. That's
yeah.
why he said that.
so cute comes from the word acute.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Isn't that
Cute.
interesting?
Yeah.
is that French?
No,
originally?
English.
Cute, acute.
Okay.
Anyways, if I'm going to answer the question in 4 minutes, I should just say we were at a dinner. I was wondering what to do with my summer because I just got out of my senior year of college. I had 2 choices. Somebody said, Irene, this is Sam. What should he do? And she picked the one that made the most money, which is what I ended up doing. I worked in an ice cream factory for the summer. A few days later, a few people were going out to...
And then we hadn't heard any of this.
Yes.
0. Not like 1.001. No, nothing. Keep going.
A few days later, there was a group of people from the same group. We were all people that participated in meditation. We're going out to a movie. And people were gathering up other people saying, we're all going to go to a movie. You want to go, Sam? And so I said, yeah, sure. And then as the minutes went by, people kept dropping out until it was just Irene and myself going to the movie. So that ended up being our first date.
Now, this is a little different, though.
Yeah.
According to
Yeah, I thought-
Irene, according to Irene, if you remember, this is a good challenge for us to remember. According to Irene, the plan was for a lot of people to meet at the movie theater, and it turned out to be only you and her.
That's right.
Oh,
That's the same
Okay.
version I gave.
All right.
I heard it as you had known before you went there that only you 2 were going to go.
No.
Oh, no, you just so surprised.
It was a
there.
group.
Yes.
Because this is a pretty friendly group, and people had done things in groups, go out to
Meditation,
dinner
yes,
and
yes.
do stuff. And so we just were trying to gather a group for an activity, and it ended up being the 2 of us.
And you remember the movie?
No.
She does.
She does. You
Yes.
do?
Yes.
What was it?
tell 'em.
Yeah, the Blues Brothers.
Blues Brothers. Oh, was the first one or the second one?
First one.
Okay.
Okay, so you're in the movie.
Totally forgot that.
So you're in the movie with this woman,
Yes.
and what are you feeling, thinking, planning?
I don't know. The movie was just the movie. I remember, the thing I really remember is she had a little Volkswagen in which the heater was broke. The heater was on continuously. And she was nervous. And so I was in a very hot car. It was in the summer.
You went into the car after the movie?
It was a very hot car because her furnace...
Because I drove.
She
He
drove.
didn't have a car.
I had a
we
car.
they wouldn't hear any of this either. This is all new information.
So we're in her little Volkswagen whose heater is on full blast. It's
You
August.
couldn't turn it off.
You couldn't turn it off.
And you had driven him to the movie too?
Yes, we drove
oh,
to the
we didn't
movie
know that
together.
either.
Yes,
None of
yes.
this is
And she was kind of nervous and not really paying attention, so she ran a couple of red lights. So I always considered it as my little death-defying trip in her furnace. She turned out to be very. So that's when I realized that she was a little put off by me because she was not paying attention to the road.
Oh.
But she ended up being a very safe driver.
Yes, we didn't hear any of this either. This was all new information. So you get to the movie.
Yes, we watched the movie. I don't remember anything about the movie. I didn't even remember what the movie was.
Yes.
And then we just went home. And then there was another night in which
But this is whole different. Now, shall we tell you the Irene's version of this, which I remember?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he doesn't. He's not. Yeah, go ahead.
I remember the
Irene's-
bicycle. Are you talking about
No,
that?
no. Now tell us about the bicycle first before you read.
There was another incident in which she said, could you give me a hand with my bicycle? Because I had a pickup truck.
Yes.
So she was moving out of an apartment, and she asked me to go get her bicycle. So we took the bicycle, And I picked it up from her apartment in Cambridge. She was moving back in to live with her parents because we were both students and she didn't have enough money to afford an apartment. So I brought her bicycle back to Lexington. And that was probably the same night I told her I loved her. So that was the first time we kissed.
Oh my! This is wonderful. This is on. You'll be able to because this is on tape, Sam.
Sam, you forgot
see.
about the restaurant.
Well, no, but she's claiming
The restaurant was that night.
No.
Yeah, we
she's
went out.
now. Irene hasn't
Okay,
quite
it
got
was
with
the
the
same
program
night.
that.
But why did
people-
we go to the restaurant?
Yes.
How did we get there?
Oh.
We walked, and there was something to do with it. That was the same night that I moved your bike out of your
But-
apartment.
Why
And
did we
excuse
go
me, everybody.
I don't know.
According
but
to
the squirrel
Irene-
was a few days earlier.
According to Irene, she had already moved back with her parents and had decided not to date anybody. Right?
That's
Was
true.
living-
right.
According to Sam, he helped her move back to her.
Actually, no, that's
after he
true.
met-
That's true. I remember it.
Oh, you see, so
But I'm
we-
just talking about the decision.
We would thought, yeah. So there's, yeah. So okay, we'll keep going. So how did you?
You
how did you?
asked me
how
to
did
go
you?
out to
Oh,
dinner.
well,
I did.
you're not allowed to get angry.
Do
Okay.
you remember that?
I don't remember, no.
Yeah.
I think you asked me to help you
How'd you
move.
end up with the squirrel in your backpack?
Because like the night before, were looking at squirrels in the store, and you were really into it.
Right.
And I'd already
So-
had a crush on you, so I bought the squirrel and gave it to you at dinner. But I don't remember if I asked you out to dinner. Yeah, I probably asked you out for dinner. We were going to move your bike.
You
So-
asked me out to dinner.
Okay, I probably asked you out to dinner.
Whoa. Okay, so thank you, and it's 7:22 now. We have only
Okay.
5 minutes left.
Okay.
Thank you, but you've done. This is wonderful. We can
Yes.
see that the two.
And that's when you told me
No.
you loved me.
Yes, I did. I told you I had a crush on you. I said, I'm kind of madly in love with you. I used those
Wow,
exact words.
and these are very different words. They're really.
Those are the exact words.
Yes, what?
Those are the exact
Yes,
words.
according to Irene, it was "I love you." According to you, it was "I'm madly in love
I'm
with you."
kind of
madly
in love
That's
with
so
you.
much.
Madly in
It's
love.
even better than madly. I'm
That's true,
kind
actually.
of madly in love with
Yeah,
you.
I remember
And
that now,
why
yeah.
were you kind of madly in love with this woman?
I was a crush. She just appealed to me.
Yes.
And I hadn't had a girlfriend in a few years, and she
oh.
was. Well, the charm that she appealed to me is she was intelligent. As I said things, I'm also intelligent. As I said things, she pretty much got what I was talking about. Didn't give me any blank stares, which is something that.
Which she does now.
And she was, and the things she said I found interesting, and she was cute, and she just kind of was a match.
And it
Still
worked.
is.
And still is.
Still is.
They seem like they've just
all
met.
that I can say is true.
It seems like they've just
Wait,
met.
I
They've
got
been
a-
together
I got a
for
question.
while, yes.
This is public television Cambridge, right?
Yes.
Cambridge, England, or Cambridge, Mass?
This is at the moment Cambridge, Mass, but this could be if there's a huge clamor, which I think there will be, to put this on the web so that they could see it in Cambridge, England.
Okay, well, we should make it web worthy.
Oh, wow. Oh, this might be the first time this has happened. We've done many things on the show. We haven't, and this is after many years. Look at this. So now we only have 3 minutes to go.
Okay.
What's the secret of the success of this love continuing to flourish?
The secret.
Oh, the secret. Oh.
The secret
We
is
need it. In Cambridge, we
well.
need
The
these things.
essential ingredient is genuine appreciation of the other person, because underneath that genuine foundation of appreciation, there is a lot of turmoil. We have very, very interesting lives,
Yeah.
and many times you come to a point where
Can
you're.
I say something? Can
Sure,
I say something? 'Cause we only have 30 seconds.
No, we have 2.5 minutes.
Oh, okay, all right, go ahead. Because I just want to
Well,
give
many
my
times you
answer
come to
too.
a point where you've really irritated the other person, and you've really there really has to be a strong reason to go on to the next moment.
Yeah.
Look at this brilliant way of putting this. Can I make it through to the next? Not do I want to live with you, or can I make? What reason is there for me to make it through to the next moment with you?
That's true, that's true.
And
Yeah.
what is an answer to this? And your answer is what you tell yourself?
It's just that I just really like Irene.
Oh my!
She's really just keeps my attention. And plus, on top of it, it's about 30 years now. we have a tremendous empire that we oversee. With the kids and the house and the finances and all our possessions and our relatives and everything. And so this is something like we're doing together. And I've always been a family person, and family's meant a lot to me. And so this is the family I created for myself, and I'm just very dedicated to it. And I think, and that's the thing we share. Irene's pretty much the same way.
We'll find out. We've learned we're not good as we have 1 minute to find out how.
1 minute.
Yes.
Go ahead,
Okay,
Irene,
well,
tell him. Tell
okay.
him what everything I said was wrong.
No. But I wanted to marry somebody who did really care about me.
Yes.
And so, like Sam says, he really does. And so that, I think, keeps us together. And plus, and I care about him. And then I just think there's other peripheral reasons, like we were both into meditation, and so that's a kind of foundation,
Do you meditate together now?
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, you do?
Sometimes.
If we have
our
time.
schedules are
If we have
very
time.
hard.
But you
yeah.
sometimes do meditate together.
Yes.
Yeah, but like as young people, we had gotten a certain kind of view on life, and then came together. So we kind of share that, still.
The same view. We have 15 seconds to tell us what this view is.
And then also, I would say, is that we do not give up. And just like Sam said, like, we'll get to a complete impasse sometimes at night, and then we'll just say, and we're ready to give up completely, and someone's going to go stay at a hotel or something.
And that's it?
That
Wow.
doesn't happen.
Wow. So keep going, because we're on tape. We can finish this. Though.
Okay,
They've left
and
us.
so
That
and we
doesn't
say
happen much.
yes. We've reached some really crucial times when we just said, okay, let's just not do anything. Let's just go to sleep and see how we feel in the morning.
Yes.
So that whole thing about like don't go to bed mad or something like that.
that's different.
You can go to bed mad.
Oh, whoa, I'm sorry we didn't. We had this on tape, though. We have been blessed. Gemma, you can go to bed mad with your sweetheart.